This week on commandN, magazines go social, JELL-O goes mobile, and Obama talks hobbits. I am so excited to announce a new sponsor on commandN, Hover. Now, I've talked about Hover before as one of the best places where you can go to register domain names. The best part about it is the really clean interface, and also their customer service is fantastic. But even better, for anyone out there who wants to register a .ca domain, they have the best deal ever for the month of October. $5 .ca domains. All you have to do is use our very special promo code commandN. I just used it. Works fantastic. Go over to our landing page, enter this promo code, and a .ca $5 domain is all yours. Welcome to episode 246 of commandN. I'm Amber. I can't imagine a more beautiful place to do this episode. We're in a provincial park just about 3 hours north of Toronto, and we have a great show for you today. Jeff and Laura are going to talk about social magazines, but first, here are the headlines that I'm bookmarking this week.
We must embrace a new era of engagement.
A few years ago, I couldn't get enough of Auto-Tune the News, which was created by the Gregory brothers, where they manipulated the sound in popular newscasts. Well, move over, there's another YouTube group in town, and it's called Bad Lip Reading.
Pressure to put on weight is one of the reasons we've got the red sweatsuits. There's no way we couldn't. We're creeping between the bullfrogs.
Let's creep in the frozen island, think once off. Get rise and wait to get hurt, take it off.
3 months later, I'm still using Google Plus and absolutely loving it. However, I haven't figured out a really good way to figure out if I'm posting too much or too little. Fortunately, Rob Metras, a friend of the show, sent me a link to this tool that analyzes all of your messages on Google Plus and gives you a sense of how effective they are through this page that you visit that has a chart of your history since you first signed on to Google Plus. If you're a fan of JELL-O or a music fan, you'll love this new app from Craft that allows you to play your favorite songs and then get this cube of JELL-O to dance to the beat. It's a very fun campaign that's generating a lot of buzz. However, I wonder about the longevity of this campaign. Let us know what you think on Twitter.
We've talked about Paperly and Flipboard in the past on commandN, and with the recent news that Google is going to be launching Google Propeller, a social news app in the near future, we thought we'd take a look at what's going on today in the so-called social magazine space.
I've been using Google Reader to aggregate my RSS feeds for years, but these days there's just so much more out there in terms of getting content delivered to you from various social networks with images to go alongside it so that it's really much more enticing to read. I love Twitter, so the possibility of getting all my Twitter feeds coming to me in a different format that I can flip through at my leisure, get the most important stories at the top, all of these things really make social magazines pretty exciting.
And there's been a wide variety of competitors to Flipboard that use different methods to decide on the content that they scrape and how they display it. So for example, Tweeted Times is a very Twitter-centric one of these apps, and it basically takes content from your Twitter timeline, but it can also use Twitter lists, it can use Twitter search, and it organizes that content. And you'll find that this changes from service to service, not only where they're taking it from, but how it's displayed. Some of them have very rich magazine-like layouts and update every day, and so those things will change from platform to platform as well.
Services like Summify summarize content from your Facebook, Twitter, and Google Reader, bringing it all into one place for you and delivering it in however you would like to get it, email, mobile, on the web. So that's really interesting. And then we've got Zite, which had a lot of buzz when it first came out. Basically, it's a social media app that's smart enough to learn what you want to read as you interact with the content on the platform.
And there's also Pulse.me, which uses bookmarklets to let you get content off of websites and bring them into this mix with the other social media news. And it is also tied into services like Instapaper and Evernote, so you can read that content later. There's News.me, which is making an effort to expose you to news outside of your social media networks, so good content that you might not come across if you're just monitoring your Twitter feed or on Facebook. And other services try to do things similar to this by allowing you to select predefined categories of news you want included, or even basing it on search terms.
So many of these apps have a lot of things in common, the ones we've been talking about, but they've got tools where you can not only share stuff from within your network, but also subscribe to other people's feeds. What really sounds like it might be unique about Google Propeller is that they're finding a way to incorporate their analytics, the advertising, into this app so that there will be possibly a way to monetize the social magazine space, which hasn't been done to my knowledge yet.
No, and that's going to be big news if that does happen. Apple's new OS line incorporates so many multi-touch features from their iOS platform that I thought I'd give the $69 Apple Magic Trackpad a try for a little while in place of my trusty mouse. And although it takes some getting used to, it's a great input device. It's got some good qualities and some bad qualities. It's basically the same kind of trackpad you get in a MacBook, except at a bit over 5 inches in both dimensions. It's about 80% larger, so you got a ton of surface area to work with. You can do double finger scrolling, there's 3-finger swipes and all manner of different gestures that you can access through the system preferences pane under Trackpad and turn those on and off as you like. The base has a power button to turn the trackpad on, and then it's got a little battery cover for the 2 AA batteries. The trackpad connects wirelessly via Bluetooth, and it will shut itself down after it's not being used for a while, and so I find the batteries last a really long time with it. And it has the exact same profile as the Apple wireless keyboard, so it looks really great on the desk beside that. So probably the biggest weakness of the Magic Trackpad is its accuracy. It's really hard to get very precision-oriented mouse clicks and things like that. It's totally fine for day-to-day usage, but if you're doing, precision-based work in Photoshop or even movie editing where it really matters if you're a couple pixels off, you might want to stick with your mouse. And it's been great fun to use it, but I gotta say I'm not sure I'm quite ready to give up my 7-button Logitech mouse quite yet.
As always, we love getting our web picks from viewers, especially when they're from far away. This one is from Raj from Melbourne, Australia.
Hey commandN, my name's Raj Diute. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I wanted to share with you my web pick for the week. It's an online TV web series called One More Thing that I'm involved in, and we're currently crowdsourcing funding to produce a full 5-episode run. The series itself, it centers around iOS development and delves into exactly how some of the world's most popular apps have been made and how these developers work to make them. We've got a couple of short pilot episodes up for you guys to check out, and you can get all the details and see them by visiting onemorething.pozible.com. I really hope you all enjoy it. Please donate if you can, and thanks very much for checking it out. We'll see you soon.
If anyone out there wants to send us a web pick to be included in the show, all you have to do is email us at info@commandN.tv, or you can check out our brand new website at commandN.tv, where you'll find all of the information about the show, including information about our new sponsor. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.
'Cause even long-legged women can't tell there's a blue-eyed hobbit, and I'm a witness for them. We've been out of brownies, rice, and we miss pork chops.
Recent news that Google is going to be putting out a social news app called Google
Propeller.
And one other thing. Pressure to put on weight is one of the reasons we've got the red sweatsuits.